We're many those that live beyond the veil of darkness, where nightmares are born. Sanity knows no bounds. Madness thrives on the suffering of the dead, locked in the souls, in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals, in hope of harvesting on the innocent. Tread lightly in the search for the voices and stories of the departed, for in the shadows hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of the spirit to the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own inner demons, brings to life your deepest fears. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality? In the search for life after life, have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have, maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers hidden behind the veil. Shed off the blinders and open your mind's eye. Listen to the story. We are they, we are incarnate, unknown.
And what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday to you. What's up, Moose? See, you made it nice and early. Here we are tonight for, hopefully night 2, MDS Recorder, Neil Pitney's cell. We're 40 minutes into it. If we go up another, what is it? Little ways. Once we hit the hour and a half mark, we're going to start getting into hopefully some EVPs. So, I know we're going to be jumping a little bit on the blank areas, so we should get to it. We'll get to it tonight for sure. Good news is I don't have to go in Thursday. Thank God. They wanted us in at 6, so would have been a couple hours overtime, but they came to us at 4:50 today and said it canceled. We're going to load out the night before. So yeah, go figure on that one. Anyways, enough of me flapping at the gums. Hope you all are well. Let's get to some audio. And I'm going to get to my Moscow Mule. Well, they're going to have a concert. Just the gear for the show has to be there at 4 a.m. But they wanted us to load the trucks at 6 a.m. So, yeah, we got to load them the night before because they pushed the load in 2 hours earlier. So they're not going to have us come in at midnight to load the trucks, to leave to come back a few hours later, which would have been all right. I mean, wouldn't be the first time I had to pull a late shift, then go back in early the next morning. Either way, it's my Thursday is my Friday this week. I mean, good news is I'm gonna try to get up early Friday, and just do like an all-day show. Just knock out one full recorder, or at least a section of a recorder, which would be 6 hours. But we'll see what happens. What the hell is he getting into? Shit. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. The cat's getting into shit. He always does this right when I get on air. Yeah, I help prepare all the gear, get ready to go out. Sometimes if it's local, and when they're backed up, I'll help deliver it. So, yeah, I help prep gear. Sometimes I'll help tech gear. I'll prepare the gear. So, yeah, all the speakers, distros, power, lights, LEDs, cables for the sound. Basically, all the rigging I help prepare. So, yeah, everything from all the truss you hang the lights from, to the lights, to the cables, to the... Oh, my God. I got to deal with this cat. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. He's like running like a bull in the china shop right now. But yeah, everything from the ground up. We don't do the staging, but we do all the gear for the stage, the truss, the cables, the safety cables, GAC flex, if you know what that is. Basically, 99% of the show we handle. The soundboards, the light boards. That's might be something. Motorcycle. Never mind. Debunk. What's up, Tundra? How you doing, bud? Finally getting into a part of a recorder where we might have something. Thanks, Tundra. That one caught me off guard. Thank you. What's up, Deads? How you doing, bud? Welcome back.
Thank you.
Motorcycle. Or a sick moose, one of the two. Felt like I was in orbit at work the past 2 weeks. I was wondering what happened to you. I figured you were either working, hunting, or out with a fiance. So it was figure one of the three, and I even think I actually talked about that last night. Last night or the night before. It was like, yeah, he's probably out with the missus. But work? Hey, why not? I know what you meant, Moose. I'm gone with a sick moose. Well, that's what I need to do is get a Gong Show freaking alert. Pet sitting with the missus as well. Nice. That's always fun. So, Dads, I don't know if you've been catching the VODs. We finished night one when we left the recorder in execution overnight when we left. We didn't get jack shit. We got 2 sounds like 10 minutes in of 6 sections of curtains being drawn, which we got the previous year, and we got a sound of the execution door opening. Beyond that, there was nothing. We had traffic, we had crows, we had coyotes, we had cars, motorcycles, airplanes, everything but EVPs. We're now into MDS recorder night 2 in Neil Pitney's cell. Yeah, we're only at 17 EVPs, but we're still on the second recorder. So we're not doing too bad. We had sirens, yes. Oh, what's her face with Spirit of Nevada contacted me. She's been sick, so they delayed releasing the episode we were in. She needed your name and position with the team. So your name is going to be on the show with Incarnate Paranormal Investigator. So you're getting credit as being on the team. Told you, Dad, you're a remote member of the team. Any investigation, you're more than welcome to join wherever it's at. So you've helped out a lot. 2 years in Nevada State Prison. You're more than welcome at any investigation. Now I just got a schedule for next year in Nevada State Prison. This will be investigation number 5. Figure that'll be 14 nights. And remember what Susan said. Hopefully this next year, they're going to let us sleep in the prison. I'm going straight for last night's B2. I'm going to where freaking Carol Cole spent the last hours of his life. I'm going right to that cell, put a cot down, and try to sleep. You remember she told us she's going to try to push it, which would be freaking amazing. Either that, if it's possible, sleep up in Neil Pitney's cell. You can always go to Joseph Wright's cell and go to sleep and see if, you get a little poke in your sleep. Just remember, hope it's not cold. The first year compared to the second year. That first year was cold. Yep, ass to the corner, ass to the wall. You ain't lying. That's okay. Nothing. It just seems like we're not getting not a lot of EVPs unless we're in these places. So, all right, Tundra. I appreciate you being here even for a few minutes. No matter what, man. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. No, we haven't. Like I said, the first recorder was left in the mattress factory, and MDS night 1 was, where was night 1? C10, and then execution overnight. So yeah, we haven't had the missus yet. Damn, a lot of empty space. I, I like I said, I'm just going random on these recorders. I'm not doing it like I did the past few times. Is go from MDS recorder to explicit recorder to H4n to H3VR. I'm doing a recorder and doing night 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to knock off the recorders completely at random. Okay, that's a good thump. That's a pretty good thump on the door. Too bad we can't count it. But yeah, I think as long as we don't overlap, like if we didn't a night 1 the night before, if we finish recorder night 3 and we start night 1 on a new recorder and it's the same place, we'll just start a different recorder. Uh, I think we're going to be okay though. Got your in-laws over at South Point for the NFR. I got like 4 or 5 bands that I still talk to from my radio show days. They're gonna be in town for NFR for like starting Friday through NFR. And like, Brett, you got to come out and party with us. And I'm going, oh, shit. Yeah, they're random places for NFR pre-parties and after parties. It's like, you're going to show up, right? It's like, I'll try. I will try. But the fact they went out of their way to remember, say, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. You're showing up. It's like, shows you the impact you make on people. And it's humbling. It's really humbling. Said almost 5 years on the country radio show, and I probably only talked to about 15 of the artists still out of 2,000. Every once in a while, I get a message, "Hey, I'm going to be in the area." It's like, all right. Organize a residential, awesome. Just like I said, be careful with it. Remind me, and I'll drop the questionnaire for the residentials in I'll put them in Discord, or I'll message them to you. It's kind of a basis to get an idea of what's going on. Wow. Yeah, just remember, don't handle a residential like you did Nevada State Prison. Things can go fast really quick. I mean, things can go south really fast. It's not malevolent either, so they're just trying to figure out if it's a loved one or a previous owner. Depending on the sounds, uh, hold on. No. Like if it's cabinet doors and knocks and footsteps, more than likely it's a previous owner. If it's more personal, it's probably a loved one. But then again, it depends what the actions of the loved one were to to be able to narrow that down. Oh, let me go back. Hold on. Hold on. Right in there. Yep, nothing. We're getting ready to get into what I was looking forward to it. It was just a click from the door, residual. Uh, residentials are tough. They are really tough. But if they know it's not malevolent, that's a good start. Or at least you hope it's not. Uh, because it could be nice as hell. Then all of a sudden, you get in there, investigate, and it goes. It's like, Brett, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Contact a church and have them come bless the house. But that's always a last resort. A lot of people do that anyway. When they move in, they'll have it blessed. So it's all a matter of preference on that. But if they feel it help, talk to them about going to a church and see if a priest will come out and do it. I don't remember what Dead says if it's been going on a while. Once owners start getting curious, it's probably been happening for quite some time. And they never really paid attention to it until it started amping a little bit. Okay, we're gonna start getting into. It's not, I think we're actually coming into. Des and I are coming into Neil Pitney's cell or Building 12 right now. So apparently, it got really obvious when there's activity outside where his shed used to be. Uh, be careful with that, Deds. I, I've talked about this one on the show. I had a residential in Pahrump we did like 7 or 8 times. The lady lost her husband in a motorcycle accident. For the first couple months, it the activity resembled what her husband would do. Then she said, "Okay, you're welcome to stay. If it's you, you can stay here as long as you want." She gave the spirit permission to stay. Bad idea. Then, as soon as she said it's welcome to stay, it turned bad. She got so scared her sister had to move in with her. And we're talking a lady that's 50 plus. And it started terrifying her. So when the sister moved in, it started terrifying her too, is when they contacted us. We went into the first investigation. Listen, it's not your husband. For the first couple weeks, it was. Then he moved on after he let you know that he was still around. Then, you get one bad spirit, you get rid of it. Then it starts happening again, and it's like, oh, my husband's back, it can stay. Then 2 spirits move in. Then shit gets really bad. And I'm talking vortexes. You can see swirling blackness laying down in bed. Oh shit. So yeah, it's like we went back that many times. The last time we had the house blessed, we told her we're not coming back. It's not your husband. We had to give her literally cold truth. It's like your husband's gone. His spirit has moved on. He's at peace. He lets you know that. Whatever is here will gain your trust again and it will turn on you. Please be careful. And every once in a while, I get a message from her son-in-law saying everybody's okay. And we're talking 12 years later, 10 years later. So Wild Thing, she has a paranormal team in the place out that promptly left. And that was not a real paranormal team. A real paranormal team just does not promptly leave. They probably came across a reaction. They didn't know how to respond to it. So they freaking bailed. And that's the worst thing you can do to a client, is leave on them. Once you start with a client, you stay till the end. And I've ran through some serious investigations. Dej, you've been here since the beginning. When we went through case AC, I won't say the guy's name on air, just out of respect. I investigated his house probably a dozen times. Spirits there weren't negative. But he allowed us back that many times. And that's the only residential investigation I've ever been on that allowed us to use video on air. They're like, we're going to move anyway. Go ahead and use all the evidence on air. There's nothing identifying us in this house. Use it all for your show. And we got a lot of evidence on show. So, but back to it. You got to watch out for your client. They're opening up to you. They're trusting you. They're giving you their darkest secrets pretty much. Once you go through the questionnaire with them, you're an intricate part of their life at that point. They're basically opening up their book to you. You can't exploit it. And if you bail on them, they're never going to call another paranormal team again. They're going to have a bad taste in their mouth. Stick it out to the end with them. But also be careful. All right, we're gonna have start getting some activity in here. I think we're coming into building 12 now. I'm looking at all the spikes, so let's see if we can get some evidence out of this one. What the fuck? Yeah, that is humbling. When you've been on an investigation, but you've never done a residential, it's that's an EVP. We got one. Let's see if we can narrow it down. Because we haven't actually come in yet. The door hasn't opened. Okay, I don't know. Let's clean it up. Let's clean this bitch up. Okay, I don't know yet. As the last part saying here, I don't know. I hear a voice, but I'm not sure what it says yet. We're going to try our best to... No, what are you doing? No. God, I hate when it does that. We got... Let's see. Moose, I don't know. Maybe. It's almost too fast. How does a woman scare her gynecologist? By become a ventriloquist. Oh my God.
You're going to die.
This isn't clear enough, so unfortunately we're gonna have to maybe give it up. Yeah, I don't think we can get this. Now, what I'm waiting to see on this, and Deds, maybe you can help. I don't remember what night it was. When we were in Neil Pitney's cell, both of us had our GoPros going, and they both died at the same time twice. Was that on night 2 or night 1? Or was it night 3? Because that was the weirdest thing I ever experienced. When we get to it on video, I think we can figure it out. But night 2, okay. So it's on this one. So it's going to be on here. That's right, we did. So this recorder was in Neil Pitney's cell when it happened. Okay, we haven't even come in yet. This is an outrage? There's 2 EVPs in here. We're actually getting into some freaking evidence now. Okay, this is good. This is what I was waiting for. All right, let's get this clean. Hopefully. Okay, this is going to be fun. This is definitely going to be a fun one. Okay, that's gonna freaking warble it. I don't know. Okay. Maybe. But it's distant. That's Daryl Holland. I don't know. I don't think there was I don't have lists of names of prisoners that were in there. That's almost impossible to do. Oh, shit. What if we did this? I've never done it like this. I've never even thought about trying it like this. Hopefully that didn't distort it. Sounds like two voices. This is weird. I do not know. Shit. Turn that down just in case. Okay, we're on the right track. We're on the right track. We're definitely on the right track here, guys. Jasper the Crow, right? I can't clean this up. I cannot clean this up anymore. And the more I clean it up now, the more fucked up it gets. We know this is an EVP, but we might have to lose it. So we've got Nick, Moose, Corgi, and Deads here. We got 4 people tonight. This is good. Four seconds. Okay, where am I at? Okay, let's see if we can auto heal now. Where was that? Where was auto heal? Because I don't know what else to do. I do not know. Shit. That's not crow shit. There we go. He'll repair short duration auto detects, reduce the duration of your selection to 4 seconds. Wow. It only does 4 seconds, and we're like 4 seconds, 4.2 seconds. That last part is they're coming. You're right. Yeah, the last parts they're coming. Moose, good job, bud. 130, 433. Good ears, because I missed that. Let's get that saved. One for the counter. We haven't put one on the counter in a hot minute. I'm able to easily connect the dots where the last part is, which they're coming, which is the only one I can hear in terms of a voice. Yeah, that's all I can make out, too. Maybe Susan can hear more. But let's get on. We spent like 10 minutes on that. And there it is. We're coming in right there. That's not saying what I think it's saying. That better not be saying what I think it's saying. And nobody put it in chat. Nobody typed that out in chat. No, it's not oh gosh. Oh no. It's not oh no either, but nobody typed that in chat. I will boot you out of chat. No bueno what it's saying. That's saying what I think it's saying. It's F me. Yeah. Shit. We yeah, guys. This is probably coming down from Joseph Wright's cell. This is probably definitely coming from Joseph Wright's cell. I got nothing. It might not be. Drop it. Drop it. I think it's drop it. At first, when you're hearing it with the static, you're like, it's not saying F me. Please, please, for the love of God, say it's not saying F me. Because we've got some weird EVPs on the stream. But you get an EVP like that for a spirit saying F me? No. Problem is, Joseph Wright was the aggressive one. He wasn't the catcher, he was the pitcher. Just remember that one. Nick, we've caught a lot worse on this show than the F word. We've caught the N word on here twice in one show. Now it doesn't even sound like drop it once you slow it down. Okay, back to vocal enhancer. I don't know at this point. It doesn't sound like double it to me. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away. It was right at the end. You hear away. Now that we have that, I can slow it down and we can get it right. You're hearing drop it with a Robocop voice. Come with me. There it is. Walk away. I was worried it would be pretty bad. Nick, what do you think I heard when I heard it for the first time? It's like going, I thought this was going to be Joseph Wright saying, fuck me. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. So we got walk away. We went from F me to walk away. I'd rather walk away. So yeah, let's get this saved. So you see what happens? Deads comes back in and we immediately start getting evidence. We got two pieces of evidence in a minute and 20 seconds. This is what we're used to getting on these recorders, is EVPs within seconds or minutes of each other. Deads is lucky. You're something, man. You're something. Mind you, we got this whole section to go through. That's me. And I'll pause this for a quick second. Nick, one of them fucking with your brains. Listening to this is a whole lot different than being in there. Being in there, they fuck with your energy. Bad. Brent being Brent moment. Yeah, but I know most of the voices. We can debunk that quick, but being in building 12, it is an energy conundrum. There's sound voids in there. There's just the energy in 12 is horrendous. If you're not on your game, it's going to hurt you. I'd rather spend 12 hours sitting in last night's cells than 6 hours sitting in building 12. Building 12 takes everything from you. And I try to tell people that it's like, we're the only ones that are really allowed up top, minus, a couple teams that go physically with us. They don't let a lot of people uphill because of spiders and snakes and scorpions. It's like, they don't understand how intense 9 and 12 are compared to the original cell house. It's hard. There wasn't anybody with us on night 1, was there? Or on night 2? Let's go. There wasn't anybody with us, was there? Deads, there was nobody with us that went up to 12. Oh, was a deaf kid and his dad? Yeah. They didn't go up top, did they? Yeah, that's the deaf kid and his dad. Yeah. I've always been very fascinated, and I say this without being disrespectful to deaf people, is the deaf being paranormal investigators. They're using so many other senses. So that might be his dad saying, let's go. It's like, mouthing it, let's go. So I think that might be him. They did go up top. I remember that. And if this is them, that's the meters they were using. Because I remember they used noisy meters. Door. Another door. Yeah. That's the deaf kid and his dad. For sure. So we might not be in there until part 2. So at least we got 2 EVPs tonight. They kind of make up for the quiet time. Yeah, they're down in Joseph Wright's cell. So Deads, I'm looking at a new Tascam recorder. The only problem is the fucker's $500. But I'm trying to get away from digital recorders. We have enough. Only reason I'm looking at it is the recording range on it. At least we're getting some noisy time. We had 6 sections of that recorder that we didn't even get much at all. Yeah, Deds, just heads up for you. That Zoom H1N that I left overnight recorded well over 10 hours. Yeah, that's the. They're really not investigating too much, are they? Not where this is at. We won't get Jasper. Here they come into Pitney's cell. Yeah, not where this is at. This is on top of the hill. A little bit noisier, please. Just a little bit noisier.
This is Dane Albert passing by. This is Dane Albert passing by.
Thank you for announcing yourself. They did it right. They exposed themselves and got caught. Yep. Now, I know I'm going to get in trouble for this one, but identifying a deaf person trying to talk is easy. And I hate saying, I don't mean it in that manner. You can tell by the tone and by the speech pattern. Even if we wouldn't been able, they wouldn't have identified themselves, we would have been able to identify it. And it's just one of those things. Some things are easier to identify. But at least they did. Nope. They really didn't investigate. They just kind of were sightseeing. Which is all right. Which is all right. They got to experience it. And they're walking away. Okay. This might be them leaving. I think so. I learned some basic communication. I can do the alphabet, and I can spell things out. You know, I can do basic, like, this is years ago. A guy I knew at the bar was deaf. And one of my friends, she's fucking gorgeous. And I started hitting on her in sign language, telling him, you know, I was spelling it out, what I'd like to do to her. You know, I was like, oh, she's beautiful. You know, I started saying I'd like to fuck her in sign language. Unbeknownst to me, my friend knew sign language. Oh my God, she did not find it funny. She's like, Brent, I'm going, what? She goes, why didn't you just say you wanted to? I'm going, oof. Yeah, Brent is a little embarrassed. The fuck is that? Got a fucking crocodile now? Don't tell me it's a damn crocodile. We don't need a menagerie at the prison. We've already heard coyotes, we've heard owls, we've heard crows, we've heard birds, we've heard, you know, we've heard bugs, we've heard spiders, we've heard mice. All right, I don't think we came in here until later, so it'll definitely come into play in section 2. If not, definitely Section 3. But I'll be honest, that I am so excited to see if we got anything audio when our GoPros died. If Neil Pitney saying, yeah, it's me. But remember, guys, when we go through the video, right after the video, I load up the video into Audition, and we have to go over the audio in the video because we find clips in the audio that we don't find in the video. 2 EVPs and a possible crocodile. But yeah, we're gonna have a semi-busy recorder until we get to the ones that Deds and I were carrying all night. Then we're gonna get the EVPs, a lot of them. But then again, this could be a dead investigation. It's entirely possible that we have a slow investigation. I'm hoping not, because we're still on the second recorder, night 2 of the second recorder, and we still got 20 to go, plus video, and we're 19 in. We're not doing too bad, guys. I make it sound worse than it is. Okay, Moscow's empty. Now time for some sweet tea. Croc the crocodile. Cousin Croc. If I had a better setup, I'd put a fucking fake crow right here over my shoulder, just because. Give it a couple weeks, I'm gonna have an elf's head right here. Now, if Deds was still in here, he gets a joke. I keep, elf on a shelf. I bought an elf. I decapitated it last year, and I put the head right here on the mic stand, and I named him Upchuck the Elf. And there's a reason behind it. That's too much. That's too busy. Like, I've got enough going on with all the pictures on the top, then all the signs on the bottom. I don't want the screen to be too busy. Kind of deters away from people watching the screen or watching the graph. As much as I'd like to do it.
You fucking sneaky bastard.
Cousin Croc took a nap. So guys, just like I said, once you start getting to where we start getting EVPs, and we're going to have a lot of quiet time. And that's just part of it. but it reinvigorates you. As soon as you get that first EVP after a few hours of silence, you're like, yes, what's next? What's next? What's next? Then you're like, really? Quiet. And the chaos begins later on. Yeah. I said there'll be recorders when we'll get like 20 EVPs off one section. Then there'll be sections when we get shit, which we've already seen. You know, average is 10 to 12 per recorder, maybe, or 10 to 12 per section. I want to see 500. But we're going to be in the 400 range. I can almost assure you. You know, so like I said, 436, 469, 498. So 3 years, mid to high 400 range. As long as we hit that mid.
All right, this is
Okay.
Brett with Incarnate Paranormal.
Okay, into this section. As long as we hit that mid 400 range, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be perfectly fine. No, I don't want to save it. Let's at least get the next section started. We got 2 tonight. We're looking good. MDS. Whoa, why are you jacked? There we are. 11. Damn it. You're not going to let me do it. Okay. There we go. You're right. The next section could have 4 to 5. You know, it's like you figure 3 to 4 sections on average per recorder per night. So you figure 3, 6, 9 sections per recorder times 20 recorders. So you're talking over 180 sections. 180 times 2 hours, you're talking 360 hours minimum of audio. All right, where are we going to be? We might not have came in till section 3. So we might not get anything on this section. It's looking scary with a slight chance of EVPs. So it might be part 3 when we get EVPs. Remember, this is still night 2. We still got one whole night to go. But again, like I said, I don't work Friday or Monday. I'm going to try to get up early on a Friday and do a show. Just try to knock out one full recorder on Friday. Or at least a full section. Last week for me was back to freezing cold. Better you than me. I've already hit the jump scare once. I'm probably not going to do it again. Motorcycle. I generally don't do it more than once a show. But anything's possible. Wonder where Sims has been. She's usually never away this long. Notice after they left, all these clicks, door locks, kind of intensified. You figure it's section 2, 3 hours. Probably around the time they start getting locked into their cells. So this might be lockdown time. Might very well be lockdown time. Anything's possible at this point. Beyond that, guys, we got 2 EVPs tonight. I am damn happy with that. I'm I was getting worried we weren't going to get anything. Get new viewers in here and we don't get shit for evidence. Then all of a sudden we get 2. They're coming and walk away. So they're coming, spirits warning others that people are getting ready to come in and walk away. Probably the prisoners telling the 2, walk away, we don't want you here. We'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow night. We're 14 minutes in. I don't see a lot happening on this section. We kind of peruse through it. It's kind of flat. So section 3 will probably be, the moneymaker. Anyways, Nick, Moose, Deads, Corgi, anybody else out there lurking, thank you guys for being here tonight. Spending an hour and a half of your time trying to find some paranormal evidence, but we didn't do too bad tonight. We're back on track. We just got to keep this momentum going. Anyways, guys, have a great night. God bless, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks again.